The work behind me is newer work. It's called the Natural Histories series, and in the history of photography, one process has always replaced another process, but very few have ever disappeared, and what we're experiencing as I speak is the evolution of the digital world. And even though men and women of my generation love film, many of us are working with digital technology today. And I was tied to the studio for a while for reasons that aren't interesting to you, and I decided I would learn and make a foray into the digital world. What I've done here is take two separate series I've made 10 years apart. One I alluded to earlier in the photograph called Radio Flyer. The airplanes are from the Boneyard, repository of grounded aircraft outside of Tucson, Arizona. The naked people covered in mud are, well, I'll just put it, naked people covered in mud that I'd done 10 years later down near the Rio Grande River. And I scanned both sets of negatives in, and what I tried to do when I was tied to my studio and trying to learn some of this was to follow in the tradition of Lord of the Rings or Gulliver's Travel, Lord of the Flies, excuse me, Gulliver's Travels, or more recently Cormac McCarthy's The Road, which I'd read not too long before. I'd also finished The Reluctant Mr. Darwin about the story of the theory of evolution, and I wanted to create a community where something had happened and it dealt with issues of regeneration, issues of community, implied violence, sustenance, and ultimately hope. So I put, well, the way I'd put it is I put naked people covered in mud with some dead airplanes in the desert, but there's probably a more eloquent way to put that. I'm real fond of this series. It's work in progress, and it's very different from what I've done. And in the art world, I don't know how all my colleagues feel, but it's very exciting to try and evolve new work. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and sometimes it does.